guys! So today's video is going to be a story time because of course it's Sunday and we already know I don't have to say that Sundays we do story times. But I just want to point out that it is currently like 10 or 11 and I literally just did a full face of makeup for this video. So you should just go ahead and thumbs this video up because I just did a full face of makeup for this video. Since today is Christmas, I thought it would be a great idea to do a Christmas related story time. But anyway, so I guess you guys should comment down in the comments below what your favorite Christmas tradition is. I know that mine is definitely just like opening gifts and like drinking hot chocolate and just watching a movie with my family and just chilling. And we also always have matching pajamas, not matching pajamas, but we always have like Christmas pajamas. So we always like sit in our pajamas and drink chocolate / coffee, most likely coffee. But yeah, just comment below what your favorite Christmas tradition is, because I'd like to know. But anyways, let's get into the story time. And today's story time, since it's Christmas, is going to be how I found out that Santa Claus doesn't exist. We need to take a moment of silence for this, because this was like the worst day of my life. It was so devastating to me that I went and I told my best friend that Santa doesn't exist. Like, I ruined her Christmas because my Christmas was ruined. So I was like, I have to ruin her Christmas too. Like, I can't be the only one that knows this. But I'm getting ahead of myself. So let me just rewind to before I knew this, and I'm gonna tell you why it was so devastating to my life. So I was around, I don't know, either 3rd, 4th, or 5th grade, probably 3rd, 4th grade, and I had heard around school that people were saying Santa doesn't exist, and in my mind they were just non-believers and they were getting coal in their stockings and they were making Santa's reindeer not fly because Santa's reindeer flew on, what's that called? On believers. Because I used to see those movies, I think it was Elf, where like Santa's reindeer flew on like believing, like if the more people that believed in him, the more like his reindeer thing flew. So I was like, these people are making Santa like not fly and like he's not gonna come to my house anymore. So that's like what happened in my mind. But I'm gonna explain to you how I was as a believer. So I was the kid that wrote my Christmas wish list starting like July. I'm not even exaggerating. Like, this was how serious I was about Christmas. I would like write my wish list since July and like just like put an envelope, put Santa on there, put my name on there, put like to Santa from Natalia, and then like put it in my mailbox. And like my mom would have, I guess, I mean I don't know, but I guess my mom would have to go and like sneak it to the mailbox and take it out because like there's no real Santa. But also I used to put like cookies for Santa, like starting like Thanksgiving. So I would put like cookies out every night. Like, it wasn't just like Christmas Eve, no, every night I would put cookies out, and it was like at least 4. And I remember like sometimes we would buy packs of cookies and I used to catch my dad eating them, and I would get so pissed. I would be like, those are for Santa, and then he'd be like, he couldn't say anything. But like I would get so pissed at him, and Santa was different with me. Like, he wouldn't just come once a year. He would come like throughout all of December and eat my cookies. So whenever he didn't come and eat my cookies, I would like cry. I would be like, Mom, Santa didn't come today. Like, he didn't come and eat my cookies. And then she would be like, oh, it's okay, he might come tomorrow. And like, she always happened to know when he was gonna come. So I would ask her every day. I would be like, is Santa coming today? Is Santa coming today? Do you know if he's gonna get me? Like, and she would just be like, I don't know. But like, I was so annoying. Like, all I could talk about for like a good month was Santa and Christmas and gifts. Like that was like, I would dream about Santa. Like, I would have like dreams like every day. I would like just think Santa. Like, I was obsessed. Like, I can't even like explain how obsessed I was with like Christmas and Santa. So one day, I guess I was extra annoying per usual. And we were in a car, and by we I mean my dad, my real dad, because I don't really live with him anymore, but my dad, before my parents divorced. My mom, my sister, and I'm in a car, and I'm talking about Santa, of course, because it's all I could talk about for a whole month. And I'm just like, oh, you think so? I can't even imagine how annoying I was. Like, I vaguely remember this, but like I can't imagine how annoyed my dad was. And like, my dad was someone really short-tempered. Like, I'm short-tempered, but he's like 100 times worse. So he was driving, and I'm in the back seat, you know, like little Natalia, and I'm like, Mom, you know if Santa's coming today? What I think I was doing was like, you know if Santa's coming today? 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 And then my dad goes, Santa doesn't exist! And he yells, and like I just get quiet and I'm like start crying, and like everybody in the car just gets so awkward, so quiet, like oh shit, like, and he like doesn't say anything. I'm just crying and I'm like, is it true? Like does Santa not exist? And I'm just like crying like my eyes out, like, and like my sister, because she's 7 years older than me, so she was a teenager at this point, so she obviously knew Santa didn't exist. She would tell me like Santa doesn't exist, like whatever, and I remember her making me put like stupid like things I wouldn't actually ask for Christmas on my wish list. So she'd be like, ask for a boyfriend. So I would like literally write, and like I would write my list in Spanish. So it was just so funny, like thinking back at it, like Santa doesn't speak Spanish, like why would Santa come every day to my house but not to every other kid's house? Like it was obvious that Santa didn't exist, but I was just like so oblivious. She would like tell me like, oh right, ask for a boyfriend for Christmas, or ask for this for Christmas, like something that like I wouldn't ask my mom for. And like it's funny because my mom couldn't be like, you asked for a boyfriend, like you only like 10 or like 8 or whatever. But it's just so funny, like she would tell me like, oh Santa doesn't exist, and I'd be like, no, you're a liar, you're just mad that he gets me more gifts than you, or like things like that. I found out Santa doesn't exist, and I was like, I knew that, like I had heard other kids say that Santa doesn't exist, so I was like, okay, like they were right, like my whole life was like a lie to me. And it's crazy because Christmas was always so much funner when Santa like was real to me. Like when the years I believed in Santa were like the best years of my life. Like Christmas was amazing. Now I'm like, yay Christmas, like yay gifts, and like yay family time, but it's not like as amazing as it was when I was younger. But okay, so I found out Santa doesn't exist, and like whatever, I think it might have been like a couple of days before Christmas, and that year was like the first or second year that we started going to one of my best friend's house for Christmas Eve. Like not exactly Christmas Day, but Christmas Eve we would have like a huge party at her house. I've actually spoken about her in one of my videos. I think I called her Amber. I might link that video down below. But we went to her house, and as soon as I get there, I like beeline to her. Like the first thing I do is I go straight to her, and I'm like, Santa doesn't exist. And she's like, yes he does, I've seen him before. Like I guess she saw him at the mall and like things like that. And like her parents used to have a Santa costume and have like one of the guys dress up as Santa and like come in like at night, like at midnight, with like bag full of gifts that her parents bought her. And like she used to be like, yes I met him. So that year I was like, no, what, she doesn't exist. So then like the day goes on, and like she told her mom that I said that Santa doesn't exist. So her mom was like, yes he does, like Natalia just doesn't believe, because I guess her mom didn't want her to know that Santa doesn't exist. But I was like, he doesn't exist, like I have proof, bitch. So then whatever, the night goes on, and like the way that our family worked kind of was at midnight we would have to go to sleep, and then like Santa would come, like Santa wouldn't come if we didn't go to sleep. Gotta pick my nose real quick. So then we like went to sleep, because obviously who could sleep at midnight knowing that Santa was coming? Like we would just pretend to sleep, and then our parents would call us when he like came or something. So then he got there. I remember her mom like being downstairs and saying like, oh I just saw his reindeer, like you didn't see that, like oh my god, like that you didn't see the reindeer, like you can't hear them. We were like, no we can't see him, we can't see him. And I'm like looking out the window like all suspect, like this girl's lying. So then Santa comes in, and it's my dad this year. So he's dressed by Santa. My dad's like a pretty big guy, so like he could like go like kind of look like Santa, but my dad's like really tan. Like he's not white like me, he's really tan. So I see him, and I'm looking at him like, yeah, Santa, like you don't look like Santa to me. So I'm looking, and I see like this ring that my dad has, and I told my friend Amber, and I'm like, see that ring on his hand? That's my dad's ring. That's not Santa, that's my dad. And she looks at it, and she's like, oh my god, that's your dad. So I'm just there like the whole time like, yeah Santa, ho 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 you, like you liar. So then like my friend eventually found out that Santa doesn't exist, and I ruined it for her. I'm pretty sure she still remembers this. Like I'm gonna text her and ask her if she remembers. But yeah, that's my story about how I found out that Santa doesn't exist. And it was actually a pretty traumatic experience, because it wasn't like they sat down with me and they were like, honey, you know you're old enough now, and like you need to know that Santa isn't real. No, they were like, Santa doesn't exist. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share this video with your friends, and then ask them like how they found out Santa doesn't exist. And also don't forget to subscribe, which will be down below and at the end of this video. Bye! Oh, and Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays. Bye!